Delivering a biohazard car to a customer or a client is not the problem, but the problem is delivering that car to the customer without the customer's consent. But how can you get into the market and buy a car that was tagged biohazard and you don't tell the customer? And when they get the car, they get into it, they are happy that they've gotten a car and they are enjoying themselves and cruising around, not knowing that that car has been heavily contaminated and it was supposed to be decontaminated before they could use the car. Now, what are biohazard cars? So these vehicles, or a biohazard vehicle, is a car that has been contaminated by hazardous biological materials, and they may require special decontamination processes before it is safe to use. Now, these cars are cars that probably have been involved in serious accidents that have involved heavy blood exposure, involved in flooding, there is mold, and there is sewage contamination, drug residue that could be found inside the vehicle, dead animals or decomposition cases, and heavy bodily fluid contamination. Now, these kind of vehicles that have been involved in situations like this are what are known as biohazard vehicles. While some of these vehicles are cleaned professionally and restored back to their proper state, others are only cleaned cosmetically and before being sold at the auction. And most car dealers will just go in there and buy these cars. Most of them know that this car is in a bad state like this, and they just import it like that and send it to you, and you jump into your Mercedes-Benz thinking that, oh, you got a clean car, but it's not entirely clean. Now, why this matters a lot for people who live in Nigeria, because there could be hidden odor and health issues in hot weather, because of course the heat can increase the possibility of contamination, and there could also be electrical problems, because of course cars that have been flooding situations will definitely probably have those kind of issues. And if the next buyer, maybe you want to resell the car, the resale value is probably going to be low, because if you buy that car and you want to resell it tomorrow, you might be selling somebody who has car knowledge, and they go check the VIN and see that this car was tagged biohazard. You're not going to sell it for a good price, and that's going to lead to a difficulty in reselling of the car. And there could be expensive repairs after the arrival, because for a car to have that kind of contamination, you was probably in a very heavy accident. Even if they've topically fixed the car and sold it to you, there could be other interior mechanical problem that you don't know, and you're literally buying a date with the mechanic. Now, many buyers only focus on low prices, clean exterior, and accident-free claims, but they also forget to check the history of the car carefully. And this is the reason why most people are in this situation and they don't even know about it. And that's why I always say, make sure you check the history of the car. I cannot sell a car to a customer without even sending them the VIN number to check the history of the car themselves. I tell you, before shipping any car to Nigeria, before buying any car from a dealer outside the country, make sure you check the Carfax or the history report of the car. I don't know about China cars. I think they have their own system of checking out that, but then verify the auction details. Also inspect for flooding or contamination history, and make sure you work with trusted exporters or inspectors. It's really important you do that. You don't just buy from anybody. Be sure of who you're buying from. And at Buddha Drive, we believe buying smart is more important than buying cheap. I will never buy cheap for any customer. I'd rather you spend the big bucks and get value and quality on the car deal you want, rather than just getting you any car that's found in the market.